Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's week 6 of the NFL.
And the spotlight is on Nick Chubb.
He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Browns and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week. So keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You look at this Eagle defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for...
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. A give running right is Chubb. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. The Browns at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6 now. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks. Now it's Watson. Open man, that's Tillman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
12 more yards there and another first down. Now Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. Here's Watson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, this defense for the Eagles very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They run it again with Chubb. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 6.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Zach Bond in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now a stoppage here for an injury. And oh boy, that looks to be the quarterback, Watson.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Chubb.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Jameis to throw it. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jalen Carter.
What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Winston. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Now Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out.
York able to send this one through.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Throwing is Hurts.
Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Martin Emerson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there for Philly.
54 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. To throw, Winston. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
These two teams all tied after one. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Now it's the backup Winston. Dancing to his left.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That's returnable now for Smith.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Hurts.
Here's a diving catch right side. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Winston now. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Here's Smith to return it.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Myles Garrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And when talking about the league's most dominant defenders, Garrett's name always is one of the first ones to come up, and for good reason. He's the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and he has his sights set on another big campaign.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Cleveland offense making their way out. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Winston.
Throw left side, he's got Tillman.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Now Winston. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Runs through the contact. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Barkley.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Again, they turn to Ford. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Winston. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's Winston. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing, Winston. That is caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. They run with 4. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
To throw is Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Elijah Moore
from 10 yards out. And the Browns have taken the lead. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Philly. 51 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll set up a throw.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts over the middle. It's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. They'll give it to him up the middle.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
This one downfield for Tillman.
That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
York now for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. In motion right, Campbell. Throwing is Hurts.
And he's got it.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Up the middle with Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Shreds the tackle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jameis to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And again, it's Chubb. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Winston steps away to his left. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Now, pause here for an injury, and not the guy this offense wants to see hurting. That's Jameis Winston who's shaken up.
They'll run with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Nick Chubb with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Hurts sets up to throw it.
This is caught. It's Brown.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Hurts. He'll get that complete to Albert O.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
In motion left comes Brown.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Saquon Barkley.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Eagles get a bit closer. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people make it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Zach Bond able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Here's Winston.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play that time for Cleveland.
And even 40 yards. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost him.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room, maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed him.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 7.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down.
Play fake. Winston.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Chubb again.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jameis Winston. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Down the right sideline and all the way down to the 17-yard line. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 22.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Big impact play, a tackle for loss.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Hurts.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This short throw caught by Goddard to the 40 and no further. The broken tackle, but then the hole closed quickly. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll run wide side here with Barkley. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Eagles have taken a 4th quarter lead. They're quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Right back to Njoku.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Here's Winston. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll throw again. Winston throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. To throw, Winston.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
York able to send this one through.
And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
They'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's back to throw. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Back to throw.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for the Browns, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.